Welcome to the DV Showcase. Tonight we continue our mission of helping support original music in the Delaware Valley and beyond with our three-step process. Listen, experience, and pass on original music.
So let's get started. Tonight's artist calls South Philadelphia home. She's been in multiple bands and has her own solo music as well. So let's meet the very talented Morgan Pinkstone here on the DV Showcase.
2 weeks into the back home, and I've been mistaken for somebody else. Too many coals in that belly, with overstated virtue. You walk out while she's singing the blues. It just hit too close to the truth. There's nothing left beside broken teeth on rawhide. Nothing like the moment you fall from grace. You see it written on his face. No resume to fair wife, but you've spent all your adult life paying dues to that boyhood union. And no hoghead needs an ally. You cross the car and watch the engine flames rise. Slit the king bolt and wave goodbye. There's nothing left beside broken teeth on rawhide. Nothing like the moment you fall from grace. And if there's nothing left beside broken teeth on rawhide, nothing like the moment you fall from grace. You see it written on his face.
So now you got a taste of her music. Let's find out more about Morgan in the interview.
Tend towards sort of like a folk rock with a little bit of neo soul thrown in there, kind of umbrella. That's a good question. As old as time. No, I've just always been into music. My parents listened to albums around the house, and I've been singing according to my aunt, who says she discovered me since I was 3. Just always loved to sing. Yeah, it's just kind of been around. So it wasn't like something I had to pursue. It was just kind of always there. I do both. I often play for like a bar crowd at a few different venues. Those are longer gigs, and I play my own originals, and I also play a lot of covers. I do original band shows as well. I play in a couple other bands too that do original music also. So
you're pretty busy.
Pretty busy. Yeah.
Something down in your head. I need you to be this good. Gotta put that there in his head. Let it carry. I need to stand up there.
I like all of it, but I think what drives me is the writing. That's the most enjoyable part, like the process. Performing, I really come around to. I had a lot of stage fright when I started, and it was kind of like a hurdle you have to get over to really be in the song in the moment. That was a big lesson for me, and as soon as I just sort of took myself out of the equation of being in front of an audience and just being part of the song, it was so much easier, and it became enjoyable to be in front of audiences. So, they're not quite equal, but they're like getting there. Songwriting's probably a little bit higher. And then in the studio, I'm lucky when I'm in the studio, so it's kind of like that's like a fringe benefit. I love being in the studio, especially with a producer that's creative and shows me or helps me conceptualize parts of songs that I wasn't able to previously. So they all have their merits.
Dear old lover, there's a secret I've been keeping from you. Destroy my mother and your reputation.
It varies. Typically, I'll hear a melody. Sometimes the melody comes with words, like maybe or just syllabic sequences, so I can kind of like start to identify maybe what I want to write about. But it usually starts with the melody for me, or if I'm just strumming guitar, maybe just a progression. But yeah, hopefully it snowballs from there.
So you're in multiple bands and things like that. So when you're writing, are you thinking of, well, this will be a solo song or this would be a band song, or how's that all come together?
That's a good question. I think that kind of happens organically, where I think it would fit best. Unless I'm the one band I'm in is a bit of a theme band, and we write sometimes like more tongue-in-cheek lyrics and songs, so that's pretty specific. But yeah, solo songs are pretty identifiable. I think I've got a style, like a nuanced thing happening. And I don't write too much for the other band I'm in. I play keyboards and I do a little bit of background vocals.
So you play the guitar, keyboards, any other instruments?
Yeah, I mean, I won't say I play them well, but in my band, The Primaries, every member of the band switches instruments. It's like part of the thing, part of our shtick, yeah. So we all have to play guitar, bass, drums. I play a little ukulele, and keys. Basically, all the string instruments I can understand. That album I produced and recorded with Andrew Lipke in his studio. That was called Swimmer. It is 11 tracks. That was kind of my my labor of love. I wasn't sure, if I would get to do another album, so I packed as much into that experience as I could. Lots of bigger songs, orchestration and horns, and some string arrangements and stuff. So it's I'm very proud of it. And I'm hoping to do a follow-up soon. Yeah, talking about your art is hard, because you don't do much talking about it. You think about it and you make it. Trying to describe it or trying to use words to express it is difficult. And I don't play music for any other reason than I have to. Then it's just something I'm always going to do. So sometimes it gets frustrating when there's such a emphasis put on the business part and the social media part and just things I really don't have much of an interest in doing for myself, despite how important I know in this world it is. If you want people to hear your music and to come see you play, I totally get it. I wish I had some fairy dust to motivate me to do it and make me not a Luddite, really. So that's my struggle for sure. But thankfully, it's not going to stop me from playing music. The pandemic definitely affected me creatively. It was hard to write songs. It's not really my brand to write a song that was angry or political. It's not really. I just don't have it in me. It doesn't bring me any joy. It makes me more angry than feel catharsis. So it was just this very confusing time where it felt like I should be really thriving off of this time I had and able to create, and I really was not. I was in a darker place, and thankfully I didn't really stop playing. When the pandemic started, my partner and we did a bunch of COVID-19 covers, we called them. Every day we would learn a new cover song, and we would put them on Facebook Live, and it kept our spirits up, we did it for a while. But, as the pandemic dragged on and we were stuck at home for so long, it just kind of zapped all your energy for that kind of stuff. So I was really, really excited nervous, but excited to be back in venues and, back playing music in front of audiences again. I got a little lost in translation through the screens. It just wasn't the same. I did try to do a few at-home concerts for people for, a couple hours of playing songs, but it felt more self-conscious than anything else. So, yeah, it was a weird time, as we all know. It's gonna ruin all your baddest things. Dear love, I need to stand up. Typically not inspired to write any kind of song that, I guess for lack of a better term, shows this raw or uncontrollable opinion or emotion towards something, that I think in the long run, maybe I don't even have that much emotion towards it. It's just you want to express yourself. And when all you're feeling is frustrated and angry, you would think it turned to music. But for me, it just didn't sit right. It just didn't feel like me. So I did do a lot of journaling and stuff like that. But when it came to music, I write songs where I can use my imagination, where I can sort of tell a story. I like to use a lot of visual imagery. I just like there to kind of be this underlying journey you're taking an audience on. Maybe they wonder about this lyric or that lyric. Maybe it relates to them in this way. I don't know. I want to be a little more of a storyteller than just an angry gal with the guitar, you know.
If you could go back in time and tell, I don't know, like 14-year-old you about playing music and that, what would you tell her now that you didn't realize then?
That it's not as scary as you think. I would tell her not to stop. I did take a long break that, I do sometimes regret. So I tell her not to stop. I tell her, don't be scared. And that there's nothing she can do about it. Just keep playing.
Thank you guys very much. Thanks, Morgan Pinkstone. Give it up for Jason Johnny.
We like to thank the Delaware Rock and Roll Society for allowing us to continue on our mission. Now, it's time for more music here on the DV Showcase.
I'm going down to the water tonight, making my way by the pale moonlight, waiting for a wave to carry me, drag me to the bottom with his big white teeth. Now I'm shaking hands with the devil tonight, making my way by the pale moonlight, hoping for a deal that'll set me free. But jail's my memory will forever be. I'm making good on a promise tonight, making my way out of the pale moonlight, knowing that our love will always be carved in the hollow of a maple tree. So I'm going down to the water tonight, making my way with a pale moonlight, sinking like a stone in the great blue breach, carried by the wave past the ancient deep.